Welcome back to my channel. Hi everyone, it's time for a video. You're gonna hear some outdoor noises, maybe some music from a game for my daughters, so it's a little on the noisier side than usual. It's okay though. The beautiful breeze from outside's flowing in, much needed, peaceful, calm situation or feelings. Been kind of an interesting ride, and my frustration got to its one of its peaks that my frustration gets to this past couple of days with my planning system. By the way, I got a whole set of Peanuts Planner Co. functional Post-its, and I really like them. I probably won't get the whole set again because I don't see myself using some of these, but I just wanted the set anyway because I may or can gift them to friends. But the main reason why I'm here today is to share my most recent planner dilemma. If you've watched me before, you know that I had a planner dilemma on camera. Check that video out. It literally says real planner dilemma in real time. Or on camera. Check it out. Now, this time my planner dilemma had to do with my gillio. Not the gillio itself. It's still gorgeous and I love it, and I have two, and I just actually purchased another one for a really good price from a lovely lady that does watch me. But my dilemma ties into the ring size. As y'all know, I have always been a 30mm ring girl. I really love the bigger rings. I like stuffing my planner. It's a thing that I like to do. It makes me happy. I love the sound that it makes when it catches on the ring and the other existing papers. It's very therapeutic for me. There is one thing that I realized though with how I've had my planners kind of set up recently is using the Foxy Fix dashboards added so much bulk and not enough. Okay, I like my bulk in inserts. I don't like my bulk really in too many pretty things. I used to. Don't get me wrong. Like, I still love a lot of pretty things. Like, that still happens. But I like most of my bulk coming from paper, my inserts, things like that, and I like them to be fairly even. But for some reason, like, I didn't understand why I couldn't add more inserts in my 30mm rings. You guys, everything that was in here, plus some, is actually in here. And this is 25mm rings in my Malden, and I've mentioned this before in past videos that no matter what happens or what type of planner I'm in, I even have like the goddesses of and gods of planners. Like, I have the most beautiful top of the line planners, which are Gillios. I even have a croc that I absolutely adore. I still go back to my Malden. I don't know why. It's my happy place, safe place, home base. I can't explain it, but everything that fit in here fits in here, plus some. The only difference with the Malden that I don't know if I do wish, but kind of wish, was the back pocket to put my important papers, but I was able to stick them in this back pocket. So actually it turned out fine. I don't mind a messy type of planner. I like my pages to be even. Like this. This is where there's nothing. You can see I like this look where they're smooth and everything. And the only reason why it kind of dips down is because I have my planner stuff and it goes all the way to the edges there. If I didn't have my planner stuffed, they would all line up perfectly. But I love a chunky planner. That's my thing. I don't know what my frustration was. I think I figured it out, is that I couldn't stuff this enough. Like, I didn't really want to put things I didn't really use and everything in my planner, and I really missed having a super stuffed planner. And with this, like, I did not have stuff. It laid flat. Like, it was thick, don't get me wrong, 30mm, it was up to here, and it laid flat. I mean, this was in here, you know, but something was missing for me. This still closed and everything, and it was beautiful, and it laid flat, but it was almost like too, I can't explain it. decided to just try my Malden and see if I could fit everything in there, and it does fit. And I'm actually pretty happy with this for now. I will be going back to a gillio because, like I said, I did purchase a new one, but I did purchase it with 25mm rings instead of 30. Granted, I'll probably go back to a 30 eventually. I still have 2 Foxy Fixes that I saved from my D-stash, which all have 30mm rings. Like, I have more 30mm rings binders than I do 25. I actually only have two Maldens, purple and this one, that were 25. But I'm excited to see how the gillio does with the 25. I also missed having tabs on the side, and with the gillio with 30mm rings, you can't have the tabs. I mean, you could, but they poke out too much. This way, they actually do not. So I'm excited to see how that turns out, and I will update you when I get my new gillio in, new to me. Okay, so as you see, this baby is super stuffed, but that's how I like my planner. Don't misunderstand. Like, I love a really stupidly stuffed planner. Like, it's great. Sorry, Allie. I don't like the word stupid, but Mama, I know. I'm sorry. I'm not talking about a person or anything. It's just a negative word. Anyway, there's a bird staring at me. So I wanted to show you the changes that I made in my planner, but also, like, y'all haven't seen me in my Malden in a while, but this is how I usually set my Malden up. In all honesty, I do use my planner very extremely functionally. There may be some pretty things in here, but it's really for function. And that's why I like the Peanuts Planner Co. Post-its, because they are super functional. Now, once I got them, they actually came today. As I was filming this video for the 4th time, that didn't work out, I opened them and I was like really excited. I'm surprised at how small they are, but I like them because they fit perfectly in the Malden pocket. So that's like really great. And at one point I had all of them in there, but I realized I didn't really need all of them. I only will pull out a couple of these like once a week or something, or once a month, or once, you know, depends. I got I'll show you what I got here. You get a month. I got the full set, which I will not do next time because I really don't need like the monthly. I will need these. I love these. These are like date, time, and information. I use these in my monthlies, so I do use those. These are like tracking, really cool. I actually am using these very functionally. I'll show you how. Daily, I just recently put a daily into my planner, so I don't necessarily need these. But before, I probably would have used something like this. But I may still use it, we'll see. But not necessarily. I will see. The thing is, if I need like a quick glance, I could probably put it here. Like if I have a super duper busy day where I just can't, like, you know, have the time to like go through, which is ridiculous. I always have time to go through my planner. I make time. I could just stick it on the front dashboard. That's an idea. And then of course I've got the weekly, which I really like. You can also use this as a task list if you need to, but it is for weekly. And then the 2 that I have in here are the, or do I have 3? Oh well. I've got the tasks. I mean, that's gonna be the most used. And then I've got the grid. I feel like I'm missing one. No, I went over it all. So that comes in your bundle. I got all of them. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I purchased them. Because I sold a bunch of my planners recently and paid off a debt, I'm able to use the rest of the money for my to rebuild my planner, things that I like just got rid of everything. So I'm glad I did purchase these. I've been wanting to try the Peanuts Planner Co. Post-its. They're a lot smaller than you probably think, which is great for pocket size, I must say. Really perfect. And like I mentioned, they fit perfectly in these Malden pockets. Look at that. It's like, oh, sorry. It's like a credit card. Like the size of a credit card. I love it. So I got the 2 that I'll use the most. I cut open a pocket size TN book that a friend made me because I'm not using it in a pocket TN, and I really want to use what I do have, the things that I've kept. I wanted to just go ahead and use them, and I'm using these as daily task lists, which I could probably use this for now, but I really have a lot, or not daily, weekly task lists, and I'll show you how I use that. And then this guy, I have some more post-its in here. And then some little die cuts from my friend Akio Bujo, who also has a really awesome YouTube channel. She's a pocket planner girl, and she's very creative, but she also is like raw. Like, if you don't have a lot of money to spend on planner supplies, and you also don't, your brain doesn't like work with a bunch of, not saying hers doesn't, but like with a bunch of different inserts, and you like the basic Bujo style, like, she's a great she's a great channel to watch, because she Bujos in her pocket planner, and she literally cut open some like Midori books, not Midori, I'm so sorry. She cut open some books and punched them into her pocket ring planner, and she does an amazing job, and it's simple and it works. And whenever I get like overwhelmed, that's the type of thing I would do. And she's a great person to watch, because she is inspiring in that way. Like, she's inspiring in general. She's just got this really awesome personality, very straightforward and to the point. And I just highly suggest you check her out. Plus, she's a friend that actually she has watched me in the past, and that's how we kind of grew together. So thanks, girl, if you are watching me. We support each other. So these are, I don't really want to go too much in the deco, but I may end up. But there's not a lot. So ollie clip. I finally get to use my leopard ollie clip. I have a stash of ollie clips. Like, I have a collection. This is one thing that I will collect and not de-stash, because I'm very fond of ollie clips. And I have quite a few. I actually have a white one back here. Oh my god, did it just come off? Did I put it back up? Oh, I put it back up. This is one y'all haven't seen, or maybe I haven't used. I've got a few new ones, but I'm not going to show you in this setup right now. Sorry, I'm digressing. Okay, so here is like kind of a layered situation. Sorry about this. See, you have to be able to see. This is a Shine Sticker Studio bow decal. I think it's caught on now, because when I went back to get a certain color, it was all sold out. And it's funny, because I've been buying from her these bow decals for like months, and she was always in stock. I feel like that y'all have caught on that there's some really great bow decals there. Acetate that a friend gave me. I really wish I could get some like interesting acetate that isn't from like Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I just can't seem to find interesting acetate on Etsy. I don't know, maybe I'm looking at the wrong place. Any suggestions, let me know. Or if Happy Mail, if we can exchange Happy Mail or something so I can get some really cool acetate, that'd be great. This image I did get off of Etsy. I don't remember which shop, but if you type in like Planner Girl printables or something like that, you'll find it. This is very much me. I wear heels to work and these types of pants all year round, every day. I know it sounds crazy. I wear pretty much the same clothes, all black, every day. It's just how I am. I like being classy, and I don't like putting too much effort in my outfits, but I like looking nice. And also the 2 cups of coffee. Can we talk about that? Can we not? Do we need to mention that this is for the espresso? This is a big old cup of coffee. Do we need to mention that that's happening? Because that's me. Anyway, so I did not laminate any of my papers. First off, my laminator is broken, and I don't have one now. All my fault. Secondly, it bulks up the planner too much to have too many lamination. But that brings me to my second point. I've also realized in my gillio, like, now I could probably move back in my gillio happily, but I've missed my Malden, so I'm going to stick in this for now. But if you use Foxy Fix dashboards, which are amazing, beautiful, good quality, makes it look very neat and clean and just amazing. It was like luxe, okay? But for me, I rather use what I've made, which, although they're streaky and kind of badly made, they work very well for me because they're thin. When you make your own top-loading dividers and pockets with a laminator, they're very thin, but they still keep your pages very neat and clean. Like, you can't see where my dividers are because they're that thin, and I like that. I like that look. So I did put some Peanuts Planner Co. Post-its here, and when you see these, they have a purpose within that section. Like, my post-it notes are not pulled through my planner just randomly. There's a reason. By the way, this is going to be a long video because I'm going into detail of my new inserts and why I picked them, And so just get a drink and some chips or something. But anyway, so this is my inbox section. So I do have a task list, and I also have this, I guess, what did she call these? Basically, like I said, it has your date and time and information. This is, I have this in the front, so if I'm on the go and I talk to someone and I don't really, and they say, okay, this event is this here at this time, I can go ahead and just throw it in here instead of having to like go through my planner. Not that I hate it, and I actually have it tabbed now to where it's easy to find. But one of my favorite things to do in my planner is flip through the pages, so I'd rather just throw it here and then delegate it later. So that's in the front of my inbox, and then on the back I do have a grid for any notes that are on the go last minute. So my whole point is to use one planner for everything. I was using my A6 TN for my daily pages with my Hobonichi because I really love that. But I think I finally did purchase some daily pages for my planner that I really like. I just love this paper. That's the thing. I adore this paper in the Hobonichi and the Stayology. So I'm really gonna, I'm looking into buying Toma River paper for my planner. And I'm trying to research on how, like, to print on it and if it gets caught and things like that. This is, I've had a lot of questions about this. And if you're new, you probably are questioning about this. This comes from Lays and Create shop. She is one of my favorite planner shops. It's a digital planner girl shop. She has the most amazing, colorful, kawaii designed things. And I have a lot of things from her. Like, I'm obsessed with her shop. Right now, I'm just not into the pastel-y stuff at this moment. But I know, my daughter's shocked. And, but usually I am. Like, this is from her. This is one of my favorite images. And I even used I covered it in. I really would like to put her back in here because she's my favorite. But things like that, you will find. And it's pretty epic. Okay, so cute tabs. Okay, so this is obviously my inbox, and I have different areas of an inbox. This is how I do it, and this really works well for me. It has been for a few months now, you can see. But this month, like back in, I didn't even write what month this was, but it's been a while. Now I've got it down pat to something that's really, really great. And I actually filmed a video that I haven't posted, and I'm debating on posting now that things have changed. But it's my evening routine. So like the basic flow of this video of how I'm planning stays the same, but inserts that I'm using has changed. Basically, I look at this every day because this is where I dump down like all the things that I want to do and need to do, and then I categorize them in tasks, email, call, to schedule, or projects. These are things that I really look into doing. I mean, this is where I write it all down. And I draw a little square to the side, so whenever I finish it, I color it in completely. But when I decide to do my planning for the next day, because I have a planning routine for the morning and in the evening and even in the afternoon. But what I would do when I was using this, now I have actual daily pages, I would take this, turn to the page or whatever, and I would go through and pick the things that I need to accomplish, whether it's in 1 day to 2 days. Sometimes I plan 2 days in advance, and I would draw a line through a box if I wrote it down on a daily page, and then when I complete it, I come back in and color in the box. That way it tells me that I have it written down, but I look at this constantly. And then my second part to my inbox is this detailed list. So my brain works in categories. It works as a outline of a research paper. It's outline format. I like the break things down into details from a main task, like the things that you need to do within that task. Like sometimes it just requires me to break it down, so that's what these pages are for. Plus they're adorable. Next one's lists, another that I made. Now these tabs actually came from a shop that I'd forget her name, but she doesn't do custom orders, which is sad because if she did, I'd still buy from her, but she doesn't. And the names that she has, she did do these custom because it was my first time on Etsy, and she was nice enough to go ahead and do it because I asked, like, she could tell that I was very new to this, and I appreciate that. But she doesn't do customs. But anyway, so I just put 2 of these because the others have they don't relate to anything that's in my planner anymore. But yeah, so I just got the tabs from her and made the actual top loading dividers. And you can tell I made them because they're streaky, but I don't care. Some vellum. So these are my lists. And just a variety of lists and notes from friends, Akio Bujo. Like, oh, okay, so I did have some questions about when I did a video on how I cover my die cuts with the sparkly paper, like this one. There was a set of die cuts, printable die cuts today that were like space themed that are very, very cute. People can't find her shop. This is her shop right here. Her name is Plan So Cute, and it's uppercase P, lowercase LAN, big S, little O, big C, little UTE. Plan So Cute. And she has a lot of really cute stuff. I checked her out because I was looking for some, like I said, I was in a planner dilemma, and I was looking around for like things I wanted that inspired me to like deck out my planner and make it more me, and things that I really only found. I bought one image and the rest were inserts, but I'm really having trouble finding things. I did order some dividers, which now I'm looking back probably shouldn't have done because I found something that works best for me. But we'll see what it turns out. It'll be nice. They're Louis Vuitton inspired, but it's okay. Just a bunch of lists. Like, I have this reference section here is basically Peanuts Planner Co. checklist, and I do have a variety of different lists pages. I need to put my cleaning zones and stuff in here. There's a lot I need to still do and add. I have all the pages I need in here, but I need to actually write them in. So I'm not adding any extra pages. Obviously, I don't think it can handle much more. But these are online purchases here. And then, of course, passwords. I put a little leopard. Like I said, I'm bringing some animal print. I got sick of too much pastel, and I love animal print. And I'm sorry, but I love pastel still. Just get tired of looking at it all the time. So here's another dashboard that I made, this top loading, and I put some of this giraffe print in this, cut this out of a printable that I had, you know, whatever. Not too much in your face, just a little bit, and I really like it. Some nice neutral vellum, Europixels. Okay, so this is actually here, another Peanuts Planner Co. Post-it. This is the tracking one, but basically, as you see, I'm really behind on this. It's because I don't really like carrying all these colors with me. I have recently, but I really don't like doing that, and I don't have much time to sit there and color things in, so it's actually pointless for me to carry all these highlighters with me right now. But so that may change, but I decided to go ahead and put one of these post-its here, and I was able to break it up in 2 weeks, and then I could just mark my mood and then go back in and color it in, so I don't lose lose my mood, I guess, because I really need for my doctors to actually see how I've got my ups and downs, and I've had a pretty rough month this month emotionally. And I'm same with last month. But I had like a lot of good and a lot of bad too, all at once. It's been kind of interesting. So, but that's why this exists. So that's been helpful. And then, of course, my tracking is still the same. Like I said, if you do watch me, you know that I'm known for my tracking. Now, I have added some new tracking in. I'll show you what it is. But it has nothing to do with my monthly tracking. This is a month of review tracking, all of this. These things I find hard to track here. This is actually some cleaning stuff, but this is going to be changed out of here. This is probably won't stay for next month, and this probably won't either. This will be used strictly for like other types of tracking. Of course, my productivity tracking will stay in here, and everything else that's on these inserts right here will stay, like my gratitude and my weather and everything else will stay. And my social media. I need to catch up. I've gotten kind of behind. Work has been crazy. And then, you know, if you go through depression, you understand. But anyway, moving on. Another dashboard I made. Top loading, of course. I'm telling you, this is the best thing that you could possibly do as dividers or dashboards, is just make your own out of laminate, or buy some that people make out of laminate, because it's much thinner. Truly is. And I actually had made these for my personal wide, and I just cut them down to fit here, and I'm super happy. I haven't had a personal, I had personal wide once, and it wasn't like the planner was personal wide, it was just inserts. And I liked it. It was pretty cool, but man, that thing was a beast to carry around. Of course, this is coming from someone that used to carry an A5 around. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So yeah, and just some cute. This is like my planner. This is what I like my planner to look like, stuffed with inserts, some tabs, and an ollie clip. That's my girl. This came from Marucci. I bought a lot of things from her recently. She is such an inspiration to me, and I highly suggest you check her out. She's pretty epic. She has a great Instagram that inspires me to my core, and I really appreciate her. I don't think she even knows. When I bought her inserts, I did message her through her shop and just thanked her for being her, and like, I loved her inserts, and that she's such an inspiration. And she did respond quickly, and it was very sweet with what she said. So I really love her so much. She doesn't even know me. So here's another use for my Peanuts planner coat right here. This is the what do you call appointment? I guess appointment thing. I don't know. Date, time, and information. So basically what I'm using this for each month is when I have something like, for example, I have lunch down here, I could actually put, okay, Easter lunch at 1 o'clock. Like, I know what time. I actually can put the time and not get confused with all that here. I do color code my monthlies as well, which, by the way, I don't have my tracking cards in here because I like typing them up, so I will be doing that pretty soon, having my tracking put in, and I'll update you guys. So right now I have these here because sometimes I need to put that extra information. I don't know, they were already here, so I'm not going to waste them, and they're pretty. I think these came from like Ariana's Daydream or something. I really love her Post-its. I need to get some more. Love them. Next, this is a very basic dashboard. I just have something simple, and it actually turned out really nice because when you get to Marucci, she actually offers an option to print out a cover in a different color, like pink, blue, or green, I think. And I love that because you don't have to, but I like that it has 2019 on it. It says weekly tracker, so I kept that to shine through this, and it's one of my favorite guys. And I made these from stickers from Shine Sticker Studio, and they stick on. One of my favorite papers. It's like the only piece of paper I have of this. That little piece, and I'm using it. Anyway, so this is my new tracker. This is what I was talking about. I love her inserts so much. There's something so beautiful about them. They're very simple, but yet just enough detail and color in them that make them super pleasing to the eye. Of course, I do have some Post-its here for extra information, but basically I've decided to use a weekly tracker for the things I was mentioning back here, like personal and cleaning task type thing, that I like to mark off daily, because if I don't, I'll forget. And I really, for whatever reason, going back to here, there's a lot of tracking in my monthly tracking right here that it gets lost. This gets lost in all this. I feel like it makes more sense to have it separate with my weekly pages and everything. It's like I like having a monthly view, and then I like having it broken down into weekly and daily, if that makes any sense. So that's what I've decided to do here. I was thinking of putting my steps here, starting to track my steps or water intake, putting them down here. I would have done weather here, but I have my weather. I like how I have my weather now. I'm just saying, I love her inserts. If I could explain her Instagram, I would, but I can't. The beauty of the functionality fluffiness that she has is amazing. All the tabs, all the functional pages, but they're full of color because they're like, they're practical and they're functional color. They're like highlighted and I can't explain it. I love it. She's such an inspiration. I love her inserts so much. So I did print out the gray version of this. I love it. I really need to laminate it, but I don't have a laminator. Gotta get one. So my next part is a weekly of hers. Now, I realized that I probably shouldn't have bought a weekly of hers, but I'm kind of glad I did after I did it, because it's not the least expensive, I'm telling you now, but she does offer the whole year and it's all dated. It's actually pretty epic. I love, love, love her shop. She has a lot of different sizes. And no, I don't know her well. No, she doesn't know me well, but I'm doing this because I really believe in her product. Anyway, this came from my phone case when I ordered my phone case for my new phone. And I really liked it because this is a mom painting, and then her daughter's coming to her in the field. Just reminds me of my daughter and I. But this is where I put my next action list, which I am using this. Now, before, I used a bunch of different Post-it notes so I could just rip them off, but I decided to just do this. So these are the weeklies I bought, and yes, this is a week on 2-page timed, but it's by hour. My schedule, which is back here, is Peanuts Planner Co. This is actually 30 minutes by 30 minutes, and that's how my swim lesson works. So where you see the highlight is where I have all my swim lessons and things, and I'll have this full of names and things like that, that it could get lost with all my other information in here. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I really enjoyed kind of decking out my pages like this with a bunch of different stickers and just functional things. Like, all this has functional purpose, especially with work at school. Like, the blue right here is how long I'm at work at the school and the stuff that I do during school. Like, I can put it in here. So as you can see, I can lose my swim lessons. So I've decided to leave this for work purposes and then leave this for personal purposes, for like home and personal and things like that, because I do love this layout. And I also love how she set it up. I like the font, I like the muted tones, I like the slight color. Yes, girl, yes, queen, I love it. And I did choose like the grayer tones. There's just something about it that looks so good, and I like that it's broken up in morning, midday, evening, and then these are notes. So down here I was going to do my meal planning, because I did have in my past setup, I had a whole week page for meal planning. I've decided to just use this. That was a selling point for me, were these. So I love, super excited to try those out. And also I want to say that, like, you never know what works for you until you try it. And if you try multiple things at the same time, even if it's like redundant, you'll find what works best. You will. Like, maybe eventually I won't have to use multiple like weeklies or multiple trackers. I'm finding what really works. Now, my tracking system's pretty epic and I love what I'm doing, but maybe I don't have to have that middle sheet. Well, you know, you never know. We shall see. Alright, so this is my most pastel section, and it was an accident, and I added this to break up the pastel. See, the back is rose gold, so it looks super pastel here, but I like this purple. This is another, of course, crappy top-loading pocket that I made, but it still looks great. I decided to go ahead and keep my lunar phases and put them in here because I miss having those. I really need these to decide when the kids are going to be crazy, or when I'm going to be crazy. And then Gore's Planner, and I could put something in here, but I like how she comes through with the 2019. This is weekly planning. This is my Summer Touch inserts. I adore her inserts. They are being used as my important events and notes. I use hers for important events and notes. So I have, like, on the first insert of the month, I put videos I want to film, home tasks, and a review for the whole month. And then I'll put like weekly review and weekly what did I call it? improvement, and I'll show you what I mean. You see, I was trying them out, so like I did different things, but like I said, I love these because you can pull them all the way out. Here we go. See, I have weekly notes, and then on the back I have weekly review and weekly improvement, and those are the 3 things I'm going to keep going with this. But on the first insert there's so much room that I can do like the monthly review, monthly tasks and things like that will all be here. And I have my weekly task list right here clipped in to the following week. See, I'll have a weekly review, like I said, my 3 main things: weekly notes, weekly review, and weekly improvement. And then the last one is the smallest, so I don't have as much room, but it's okay because all I really truly need is like weekly review and notes. Like I said, this is what I'm using for notes for the week, and I can see the entire month laid out. And what's great about this is I actually have next month ready to go. I have these, I got these from Dollar Tree, and I was going to use a Peanuts Planner Co. Post-it, but I realized I had these and was wasting them. They're just these cheap, like, I don't know, it has multiple pages, like 4 pages of each month. I don't quite understand it for each month, and I decided I was just going to use that as a quick review at the front, and then put my monthly videos here, and then I'll be able to track my videos, and then of course, as I mentioned. But anyway, so I do have the next month already in here because I like to have 2 months in advance. But the way I've put my new daily from Marucci is right here, and look, I even got the whole year review there, is I'm able to like plan my dailies with my weeks pulled out, and I really like that. I really, really like that. See, before I actually had where you could see my schedule like laid out. Let me see. Get one with no names. Had my scheduled, and then I'd have like just a piece of paper for my dailies. For example, I could be using, like, let's say this Post-it as dailies, and I'd have it all spread out so I could see all of it, and I really like that. But since this is just going to be for work, I can actually prep my dailies, and what I've done is have, if I don't want to pull all of this out, I'll have that current week back here with the main events, so I know what to work around. So let's talk about my dailies. Let me fold all these back in. This does require some folding, which is fine. I don't mind. It's actually kind of fun. And I will link her shop below. Just give me a couple of days. Yeah, so I have that separated with some vellum and plan for the next month. I will keep both months in. So my daily pages are also Marucci. Like I said, she gives you an option for a cover page and this page. And I did keep that in. I'm going to track my period, I think, on that. And then I chose the 1 day per page. I think she uses like 2 day per page in her Instagram, and she makes it look so incredibly epic. I just cannot explain. She has a lot of different paid dailies that you can choose from, and I adore all of them. But this one is the most, the best for me, because I love my summer touches. Inserts, I don't want to change them, and I have all my notes and stuff here. I don't need that second page of notes, because in the past, one of the best inserts that's worked for me is something that's very attainable for everyone, and that's the Franklin Covey inserts. Let me find one without a number. Like, I use this for work and everything. I had a lot of phone numbers and stuff. Let's see. Nope, that has phone numbers on it. Hang on, y'all. I even kept some of my Franklin Covey inserts to kind of show you guys. This one have numbers? No. Alright, here you go. I really love this. These kept me super, super functional, and I just got the basic green ones. They were ugly as sin, but I didn't care. You have tracking down here. You got your tasks. You got your, this is my main thing. I loved blocking my time, and I liked how I did it. It's very clean and neat. And then I would journal and pray, and then any kind of notes. So these are like the most epic. These, I think everyone should try at least once, or at least that same setup, which Marucci does offer something similar. But I decided to go for the 1 page per, the day per page, because I can do all those things here, and then of course my notes will be here. So I'm really excited, and today's actually the 19th, but I wanted to set these days up and kind of play around and see how I'm going to set them up, because I have some ideas. I like using post-it notes as color code. Like, for example, what I mean by that is like these type of post-it notes. Hold on. Like these types of post-it notes. I wanted to see if they like fit in here nicely. Oh my god, they are perfect fit. Girl, I think you did that on purpose. Because her pages, her Instagram shows her doing similar things like this. And this is something I've done in the past. I'll show you. I have proof because of my old inserts from 2 years ago. So I really love that. So yeah, I'm excited to do those and share those with you. And so that's very new. And of course, another dashboard I made. Okay, so this is my schedule. This is a quick reference to when I'm available to work and when I'm not. This is for my client use. And then, of course, stickers, which I live. They're for my... And then I've shown you all my schedule. This is by 30 minutes. This is how I schedule my swim lessons. And they're undated. So that, they're already prepped. I'm not wasting these. And then here, I'm actually using 2 day per page on Peanuts Planner Co. for my swimmers contacts. So basically... or client contacts. So basically I put the week that they're coming to see me, and then I'll put their name and number, and that way I don't lose who I'm talking to or who's coming. And so I can give them a week in advance to pay. Like, they have to pay in advance in order to keep their spot. They have to pay on time, and if not, I'll take them off the list. But I will very much remind them, because I don't think it's fair if I don't. So there's that. And I believe that brings me to the end of this update. I do want to state that all the papers that I had in the back of my gillio are now right here. So, and here. So, although this baby is stupid, sorry, Allie, silly stuffed, like, it's super functional. And I really, like I mentioned, I love the sound of a very, very stuffed planner. I love the sound the pages make. It makes me extremely happy. It really does. Just clip my, oh no, it goes here. Clip my task list in here. Maybe a better way to do this, but we'll see. I really like clipping things in a ring binder. I think it's really fun. Comment below if you get what I'm saying. Like clipping. I don't like using stuff. I'm gonna use this. That was hard to clip in, I realized. Come on now. Thank you. Okay. I'm talking to my planner. Okay. So yeah. Just because my planner's silly stuff does not mean that it's not functional. And you guys, these rings are super strong, and I know a lot of people worry about their rings breaking, but if you're gentle, it's fine. And all the planners I've used that have stuff like this did not have any issues with the rings, because I'm gentle with them even though they're stuffed. And I do switch out my planners often, so I give them breaks and rests. But I'm really glad to be back into my Malden for a little while. It's only going to be probably for a couple of weeks till my new gillio gets here, but I'm happy. And if you have any questions whatsoever, comment below, especially on shops and stuff, because I'm not really good at doing that kind of stuff. I'm just not. I'm not good at promoting myself. I'm not good at shops unless they pay me. I know that sounds bad. Or like I truly believe in their product, like my Summer Touch and Marucci, then by all means. I love you guys so much, and I hope this video was enjoyable. I know it's a little odd to see me back in a Malden after my gillio craziness, but I love you so much. I'll see you next time. Until then, bye.